It's snowing! Let's stick our head out and see if we can catch any flakes. Oh. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chasing Mysteries Gardens. I'm Rebecca, and along with my wife Karen, we are on a mission to renovate and rejuvenate our little piece of earth. So I have stepped outside to show you that it's snowing and it's so pretty out. And I thought that today would be a great day to talk about seeds. Now I know it seems silly to talk about seeds when snow is falling from the sky and is blanketing the ground right now, but it's time to start thinking about our garden for next year. And it's also time to get our seed orders in before everybody else does. So come along with me on this adventure as we go back inside and get nice and toasty warm, plan our garden for 2023, and talk about seeds. Let's get started. Before we start talking about seeds, there's something that I want to show you. It's a new addition to our little family, and I'm so excited to show you. And you are probably not going to be as excited as I am, but I want to show you what I got for Christmas. Ta-da! I got a brand new tripod. And it is professional grade from King Joy. And I am so excited for this. I'll show you. The one that I was using is just this little one that I got from Walmart. And it served its purpose, but it was starting to fall over a lot. And I couldn't get the legs to go up and down. So I told Santa Claus that I needed a new tripod. And this is what I got. So it has this, I can move the camera around like this, all the way 360. It's not quite unlocked. And then it's got this little arm here that makes it go up and down. And then it locks in place. And that's what I like about this. A lot of these features will lock in place. So down here on the legs, I'll show you, there are, it's hard to see, but there's two releases there, a release there, and a release there. So it is going to get super tall. I'm probably never going to need it to be super tall, but there is the option. So right now I have my camera set up. But it also came with a phone holder to put on, let me see, this way. So you can put it on this way, and this goes up and down, so you can put your phone in either direction. And then it also came with this little handy dandy camera fob. And what this is actually Bluetooth to your camera if it is Bluetooth capable, and it will turn your camera on and off and adjust the sound. That is amazing. I no longer have to reach over and push the button on the screen. So this, for now, is a game changer. And then also, it came with a nice carrying case so I can take it wherever I need to go, which mostly is the backyard, but that's okay. I'm so excited. Welcome to the family, little one. All right, let's talk about some seeds. Okay, I finally sat down. I have a hot drink. I'm in from the snow. I've got my seeds to go through. I've got a seed packet to open with you. I have my catalog. I have my notes. So let's talk about seeds. January is pretty much the perfect time to think about seeds. It's because if you are in an area like we are, we're kind of locked into what we can and cannot do outside during the winter. And right now it is snowing. There's snow on the ground. That doesn't mean that we can't grow things. You can obviously a greenhouse. I actually have my Swiss chard outside is still growing, and it's covered in heavy mulch. And I checked it the other day, and it's looks pretty good. Now, I've never overwintered anything, so I don't know. We'll see what happens in the spring. But I tasted it, and it tasted just like it did in the fall. So I'm very excited about the potential of overwintering that, because I bought some bok choy that is designed to grow in the winter. So we'll see if it works. So that is pretty much my only experiment that I'm going to be doing this year. The last couple years, I have spent the time to actually experiment in the garden. We planted garbanzo beans or chickpeas, which I'd never done before. We've planted banana peppers, which I've never done before. What else was an experiment? Pretty much everything, because I am really fairly new to gardening. I've only been vegetable gardening for the last 3 years. So I don't have a vast array of knowledge that other people might have. So everything that I do and kind of cross my fingers that it will work. And I, watch YouTube and read books and find things online on how to help and how to do things maybe a little better. And that's why I have been somewhat successful. I feel I have had failures, but I don't have time to experiment this year. So starting in the end of April, I will be directing a theater production of a show I can't tell you yet. It hasn't been released, so I will let you know when I am able to share that with you. But that is going to take up my time from pretty much the end of April all the way till the end of August. And that is our growing season. And so that, with the show combined with the choir that I'm in, I'm going to be gone pretty much every day of the week. So I don't have time to be, watchfully tending plants, watching them for diseases and watching them for bugs and taking extra special care of them. I just don't have time for that. So Karen agreed that she would water anything that I planted. So this year, I decided that I was going to plant things that I knew grew well and that we use to can and were fairly disease and insect resistant. I want this garden to be as low maintenance as it can possibly be, just for the sake of my time. So I made a list of all the things that we canned last year and that we are eating on a regular basis. So, for example, applesauce, peaches, pears, tomatoes, green beans, potatoes, jalapeno salsa, and peach salsa. And I figured out, okay, what do I need to grow and what can I get from a local farmer's market? We have a place called Bray Millers, and it is excellent for buying things in bulk so that I can using those fresh vegetables. It's actually how I did pears last year. It's how I did green beans. It's how I did tomatoes last year. Because we have such a great growing area, farmers markets are able to provide things in bushel quantities. So I'm just going to continue to do that. So the things that I've decided to grow that I know that I need for all these canning things are jalapenos, potatoes, garlic, dill, green beans to eat fresh, Swiss chard to eat fresh, and I want chamomile flowers this year and also kale. One of the best things I did was make that green powder. I've put it in so many things and it makes things taste so amazing. It's like adding an herb or adding a spice into the food, but it's also adding nutrition into the food. And that was just mostly from my kale plants that I dehydrated and crumbled up and keep in a jar. It was Swiss chard plants. It was a little bit of spinach that I got. It was chives and onion tops that I got. And I just dehydrated everything, zhuzhed it all up in my zhuzher, and put it in a jar. And it is excellent. So I want to replenish my supply. So I need kale for that. The garlic is pretty much on its own. It's already planted. It's growing. I see little green tops underneath the snow. Dill, I grow that every year. It kind of comes back on its own because it self-seeds itself every year. So I don't really need to worry about that. Green beans, I bought some bush beans this year. That is how I'm going to grow them. The Japanese beetles that we have that come every year at the end of June and stay until pretty much August, they don't bother the bush beans. They just bother the pole beans that I have. So I've decided to take the pole beans out and just plant bush beans. And I'm going to, again, dedicate more space for those and succession plant so that I have beans growing at all times. And those will be for our fresh eating. And then chamomile will be sprinkled throughout the garden. And then maybe some other, my nasturtiums that I got. And maybe some calendula. So we'll see. Things that I'm going to buy from the store that I'm still going to freeze will be things like green peppers, onions, squash. The minced garlic that I froze this year was excellent, so that's how I'll process my garlic. And the basil blocks that I made last year are really good. So I'm probably going to plant some basil that I'll buy already started from the store. So jalapenos are going to be the only thing that I start inside. I didn't really have much success with the winter sowing last year. That is how I started my kale, which did work. So I'll probably plant a couple of containers of kale to start those outside. But inside, I fought mold the whole time. And the space that I have wasn't very conducive to growing indoors. I did have heat mats. And I'll use those again for the jalapenos, but I don't know how well they worked. So there's a lot of factors that, and just for time's sake, I'm just not going to expand on that this year. But I am going to try to start my jalapenos inside pretty soon. All right, so I wanted to show you kind of what I am doing. If you can see this. So these are the pots that I used to have the potatoes in. And I'm actually going to plant stevia this year and see how that grows. It is not a perennial in our area, so I'll have to grow it every year if I want it. But that will be pretty much my only experiment. And that is just putting it in the ground and seeing how it grows. There's not really much maintenance to that. And then also I'm going to plant some milkweed to try to attract some butterflies and the bumblebees. So this is the garlic. These are the two side gardens with the arch in between. And that's going to be, one's going to be beans and one is going to be the Swiss chard that's already there, as well as the kale and the bok choy. And then these are my deck plants right here. So we're going to plant jalapenos in all of this. So I want lots of jalapenos. We really, really enjoyed that jalapeno salsa that I made, and we want to continue to have that every year. So then here, this is the U-shaped garden, and I'm going to plant all my potatoes across the back, as well as some peas across the back. And then there's going to be cucumbers down one side and beans down the other side. So I will have four sets of beans, 2 sets of cucumbers, 3 spaces for potatoes, and 3 spaces for peas. And that's pretty much my garden. It's in 3 locations, so yard, deck. So let's talk about what I bought. Yay! Seeds. All right. I have never ordered seeds from Baker Creek before. Their website is rareseeds.com. Woo! Oh, it's so pretty. Look! Happy growing! Oh, their seed packets are bigger than I expected. They're very large. And they come in these little sleeves. Smile, you've got seeds. It's cute. So we have Kelway Golden Chamomile. I don't know how to pronounce some of these. Beet Alpha Cucumbers. So these are a Mediterranean cucumber, and they are supposed to be insect and powdery mildew resistant. So that's why I got those. Oh, I got Gay Butterfly Milkweed, just for the name. And then I bought this beautiful Bloody Mary nasturtium. Look at the colors, yellow and red. So nice. And I got a free gift. Let's see what it is. Ooh. Merlot lettuce. Reputed to be the darkest red lettuce in existence. Frilly leaf margins, crisp waxy leaves, recommended as a cutting type for baby green production or cut and come again harvesting. Sprouts in 7 to 10 days, 6 inches apart, frost hardy, yes, 4 to 8 hours full sun. I wasn't going to plant any lettuce this year. I haven't really been successful. I let it grow and then don't eat it. I don't know why. I just don't ever pick it. And I think it's partially because I don't know when it's ripe. I don't know when the best time to eat it is. So by the time I get to it, it's bitter. So I wasn't going to grow it this year, but maybe I'll grow this instead in some pots. Craig's Grande Jalapenos. Blue Lake bush beans. So these bush beans don't take any staking, and you can direct seed sow these. So that is what I'm going to do. Bok choy. So this is the Chinese yellow winter heart winter choy. It is very frost, very winter resistant. So, or hardy, I should say. All right, one more. Okay, here's the stevia. And this is tall telephone peas. And these are also direct sow seeds. So that is everything that I ordered from Baker Creek. Yay! Now let's talk about the seeds that we already had. So I had them in a clear container like this. It was purchased for photo album work. I don't make photo albums. So I converted it into my seed storage, and it's perfect because all these little containers hold the packets beautifully. The only thing I wish is that it wasn't clear, because I'm supposed to store seeds in the dark. And this lets the light through so it's not dark. A lot of these are going to be empty. Oh, I do have pepper seeds. So these were Hungarian yellow peppers, and they grew amazingly, so I'm going to grow those again. I do have a couple jalapeno seeds left. So I have some marigold seeds. Probably not going to plant those. Oh, these I can throw away. I tried to seed save some cosmos, and they did not grow last year. I do have some yarrow. I could try to plant that. Cilantro, I'll throw in the ground. That's easy enough. Parsley. I tried to grow basil in my inside last year. And this was one of the things that molded really badly. That and the rosemary that I tried to grow inside. In fact, my rosemary is empty. I'll throw that away. Oregano I didn't try. So, not finding very much I'm going to plant. Radishes, I have not had any luck. You would think they're supposed to be like the easiest thing to grow, right? Stick them in the ground and up pops a radish in 20 days. No, not me. I don't know if it's my dirt. We have really compacted soil. That's why I haven't tried to grow carrots. So I don't know if it's that. I don't know. I'll get the greenery, but it just won't bulb. So if anybody knows why it won't bulb, but I get the greenery, let me know. But these are old. These I bought 3 years ago, so I'm going to throw those away. They're garbanzo beans that I planted. They're all gone. Chive's gone. Leeks. So there's a website if you want to go get some free seeds. It's called freeheirloomseeds.org. I don't know if you can see that. freeheirloomseeds.org. And you can select, I think I selected 11 items and they actually sent me all 11. They don't guarantee that they will send you 11 or what you asked for, but it is a seed saving initiative. freeheirloomseeds.org. Onions, boo. I just cannot grow onions. I am going to try to grow leeks next year. So these I never even put away. I have Swiss chard seeds. Apparently I still have some Swiss chard seeds. I'll throw those in the ground. Green beans are gone. Dill. Bell peppers I'm not going to do. They're really not worth my time. I planted a bunch and I grew a bunch, but each one only gave me one bell pepper. I'm trying to grow them in pots and I just don't think it's conducive for that. And I can get them for pretty cheap at the farmer stand. So there's really no point in me trying to waste garden space again this year for something that's not going to grow. This is the lettuce I talked about. I'm going to throw that away because it's pretty old. Hot pink double dahlia. I could throw them in the ground and see what comes up. Oh no, I'm covered in lettuce seeds. Ah! All right. Well, this is fun. Oh my gosh, how many were in that packet? Or is this dill? This might be dill. No, it's lettuce. Excuse me while I go clean up. All right, I'm back. It's all over the floor. Karen's going to think that there were mice in here because they look like mouse turds. But it's lettuce seeds. Winter squash. We've never had luck with squash. Calendula I planted. I got one flower, but that one flower flowered like 7 times, so. Cosmos. Oh. Huh. Apparently I had a packet. I must have bought these at the end of the season last year. Like on sale or something. Well, I'll have even more beans. Carrots and lettuce I'm not going to do. More green bean seeds. I'm actually just going to throw those away. Kentucky Wonder green beans. Those did not do well here at all. I just did not have a good bean harvest last year. I do have some choy from that free heirloom seeds. Kale. We'll plant kale. Isn't this exciting? Kohlrabi is empty. Chamomile is empty. So this did not grow at all. And I think it's because I planted it in the corners of all of the garden beds. And that is where spiders collected. And it stayed really wet. And I think that it just didn't germinate there at all. These peas grew really well. I'm going to keep this packet so that I can remember the variety. Spinach didn't grow. Giant Wonder spinach didn't grow. Baby leaf spinach didn't grow. Bush pickles, it's empty. I do have, oh, this isn't even opened. These are Space Makers cucumbers. They are container friendly. Maybe I'll plant these in some containers. You can direct sow these. I don't think this is a variety that is disease resistant. I will have to look that up, but all right, last one. Oh. An unopened packet of spinach. I must have bought seeds when they were on sale at the end of the year, because these are unopened brand new packets, and I don't buy things unless I plant them. So yeah, this will be good to use next year. So that's it. So these, along with these, are what I'm going to plant this year. And it doesn't look like much. I know there are gardeners out there who just have seeds upon seeds upon seeds, and they order from a million different places. But as I mentioned, I just don't have time this year. So I got to be really strategic in what I do. I'm not going to be able to can every day like I did last year. So I got to be strategic on my time for canning purposes in August and September. So it's really very much a juggling game this year for gardening versus everything else in life that I want to do. So we will make it work, and we will grow things, and we will have fun and get our hands dirty. And I'm very excited to take you along on this journey as we start our 2023 gardening season. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more, and follow us this year as we plant all of our seeds in our garden and see what grows. And then follow us so that you can watch as I preserve everything and try new recipes and get into the kitchen and get into a mess. And as always, Suki Suki, love the earth, love yourself, love each other. Till next time. It's so pretty. This much of the magazine is tomatoes. There are so many tomatoes in here. Look at that. Look at that tomato. I'm not good at growing tomatoes, and I can't deal with hornworms, so I'm not going to try this year. One more.